What is going on, my fellow YouTubers and friends? My name is Second Player, aka Blind Gamer. Follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, and send me a friend request. Description is all down below. Normally I do not speak when I play Madden because I like to hear the sounds and the gameplay. But I'm going to talk and discuss how I'm playing this game while I'm playing it at the same time. So if you guys can give me a minute, por favor, and let me tweet out this gameplay for a minute, and I'll get it started.
Franchise.
make sure my mic is not static, because I use two different headphones when I'm using my shooting games or zombies like that with Call of Duty Black Ops 4. I use a 7.1 headset. With other games like football or Mortal Kombat and stuff like that, I use a different headset because I don't need surround system for those. Okay, looks like my mic is coming out clear. Okay, so let's go start off with uploading the franchise here. And what I like about Madden, and hopefully this can update even more, is that the menu screen reads out, which is awesome. Hopefully other games can do the same. Okay, so we'll go to franchise, and we're gonna play week number 10. Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears.
Scouting points are earned every week. Use all your points, as a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
Yeah. Alright, so we are going to play week 10. Here we go. If you guys are new, if you guys are watching this now or later, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. Leave a comment if you have any questions. So we're gonna start up and get this gameplay going. Alright, here we go. And I will speak throughout the game and explain how I know I'm passing the ball, how I know when I'm running the ball, what routes I'm running, and how I know I'm doing those things while the game is going along. And let's just wait for the intro. And if you guys again do like this content, feel free to subscribe, like and share, leave a comment. We'll greatly appreciate it. And again, you guys can follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, and send me a friend request on Facebook.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Up next, Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions take on Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They're halfway home, looking good at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
Alright, so we're in a cook-off situation here. Let's see if I'm kicking off or I'll be... Okay, looks like I'm kicking off because I feel the control vibrating. So I'm going to kick the ball.
The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here.
Oh,
we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
I take that back.
The Bears That's now for their opening drive.
They were kicking off.
Their 6'2" QB out of North Carolina, former number 2 overall pick. It's Mitchell Trubisky.
Well, in prep for this one, it was fun talking with the defensive staff because they had to review last week's game tapes where he threw for over 400 yards. And they started ho-humming that performance. And finally, you said he threw for over 400. That's got to be significant. That's why he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
They better be careful what they wish for, ho-humming. He might do it again here in this one.
So, play.
First and 10 now from the 30.
I can tell when the game clock is going down because it'll make a ticking noise. I'm gonna audible, so I'm gonna press square. I'm hit audible to a run, and then I'm gonna flip it from left to right. And if you guys can hear that little clicking noise, that's the time clock for me to hike this ball. So I'm gonna hike it just about now.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And let's take a look at the Bears offense.
At running back is Jordan Howard, who was an absolute revelation as a rookie, but he finished second to Ezekiel Elliott for the rushing title in 2016. And no sophomore slump for him at all. Followed it up with a second straight 1,000-yard season and finished 5th in the league in rushing.
And I'm going to do it again. I'm going to audible to a run. I'm going to leave the gameplay where it is. I'm not going to flip the play. I'm going to leave it run to my left, to my right. I can hear the game clock running down.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
All right. I'm going to run the ball again because I like to eat up the clock. I can hear the clock ticking down. I switched it to my left to my right.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and
you can hear talking about the highlights.
And the others, you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10.
All right, I'm going to try a play action over here. Try to throw Allen Robinson if it's correct.
They go play action here on 1st down. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early. And
they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
All right, I'm going to go back to a run. Now, normally I can pick my play, but since I know what I'm doing, depending on what button I press, I know I'm running the ball, so I don't have to worry about hiking the ball, not knowing what my guys are about to do. I'm going to flip it.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The numbers for Howard a week ago, he was able to topple the 200-yard mark and a rushing touchdown for good measure.
And what I found surprising, all those yards he accumulated, only found the end zone one
just
time.
Once.
That doesn't even seem fair, does it?
But still, the 200-yard mark, something he can always carry in his back pocket. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. This is 1st and goal from about the 8.
All right, normally I would like to do a slant to tear the gravy up, but I'm going to run the ball again. See if I can hard to touch it.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, they're holding there.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
All right, I'm going to run the ball again, but this time I'm going to flip the field. Or flip the play.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Okay.
And the starting crew defensively for Detroit.
Darius, big play Slay. An All-Pro for the first time in 2017. Lived up to his nickname in a huge way with 8 interceptions.
Taking care of the clock,
26
too.
passes broken up, and both were tops in the NFL. Wide receivers, be warned.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal.
All right, now I'm going to put a slant. I should throw, if I do it correctly, I should go to Taylor Gabriel right here.
Now Trubisky to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
I think I let him two off.
Offense.
Oh!
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Okay. Oh, shoot, what did they do?
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
Okay, I didn't mean to go for a fake field goal kick, but
about these types of plays, this type of a fake, earlier in the week to take the emotion out of the deal. I don't know that that was really true here. This one felt like all of a sudden, hey, I have a feeling about, let's go ahead and get it, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, I know one thing. They wish they had it back.
Yeah, they certainly do, but the buck stops with the head coach on that one. He has to green light that attempt.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And still a
that
lot
was
of football to be played in this season. We're only
sort
in
of my
November.
fault. I should have
between now and January. But if it ended today,
called the
they would
timeout
just be on the outside of the
and I
playoff
don't blow
picture
out that
looking
play.
in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
sometimes this game does talk a lot, so for me to hear what's going on in the game, sometimes the announcers need to stay quiet sometimes.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
I'm going to add about my defense here. And shift circle.
Out of the gun, Stafford.
It is.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Wilson. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played
Our defense
by a
held.
defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
Pulled in at the 24. great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
Okay.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great
I'm going to play action, and I'm going to go out, throw it up to Allen Robinson.
And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'll be at the end today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
It looks like we have very good time possession of the game clock here. So we're going to play some smash mouth to run this ball.
Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Okay. I'm going to do the same play I did when I scored that touchdown. I'm going to try to, I think it's a slam play. Audible out. Alright, should be to Taylor Gabriel right here.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And fights him off. But now he's
now I got sacked.
Taken down.
Defense is coming.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
There we go. You see it? You see it? Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. He's going to sling this deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Glover Quinn. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
That's my fault. I rushed that
Glover Quinn
pass.
came into the NFL as a cornerback, but he's morphed into one of the better safeties in the league, and he just finished this one off with that nice pick.
And
I love hearing
Detroit
the
getting
defense.
set to go now. And
Yeah,
on the
there we
last
go.
go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. You see what Riddick was able to do in last week's ball game. 18 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
So he scored his 8th touchdown on the ground last week, and most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, 10 is really the goal. And this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he and the offense to try and get him in there at least twice in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for Lions first.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
If I blitz too much, I get burned. So
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
let's see if I can switch up my defense here, coverage-wise.
Stafford on 1st down. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Alright, so far it's a competitive game, 0-0. I think we're holding time of possession, but
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
they're throwing in the middle right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Alright.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
We went 3 CB. Let's see if we can stop it right here.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
First quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
All right.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Bears take over.
All right, let's try to run it down their throats here.
Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017, and I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Yeah, I'm going to run again. Go driven the play.
Give to Howard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
All right, we're gonna. This might be a slant.
Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros as time has run out on the first quarter of play. 0-0 our score, and we're back to Soldier Field after this.
Okay.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out.
All right, let's see if I can do a slant.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
All right.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep for the Lions, it's Golden Tate.
All right, so punting the ball, it's a vibration. There's 3 vibrations. So I know when the meter bar is about to kick. It's 1, it's 2, and 3.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. On the return, it's Tate. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and the Lions will take over. So here come the Lions now. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation,
now,
they've had
hopefully
to
that
twice, so
fake
furiously going over things on the sidelines.
field goal pass
what do we need to do
doesn't
to
cost
pick up
me.
a first down and change our momentum?
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Set for 60. Back 50, back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down. The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. Operating from the gun. Stafford completing it here to Marvin Jones. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On the ground, it's Riddick. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A gain
they're
of
running the
3,
ball.
2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
It's going to be interesting to see Golden Tate with the Eagles now.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
All right. Watch that small play with the tight end.
Here's Stafford.
Yeah.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. There's a nice move, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted
All right, now we're just going to try to run the ball here.
Gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
I'm going to audible and go after them now. Right. Let's switch.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
All right, audible out. That should be to Taylor Gabriel right here.
On second down, Trubisky.
Damn.
Under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Good blitz me on that guy.
Ezekiel Ansah in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
All right. Go for the big play here.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Wow, this defense is playing real good right now.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
All right, let's kick it off.
A quick feed from Tate.
Hold him.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
On 1st down, Stafford here. And this is incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock the Albert away and bring up 2nd down.
All right.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Riddick. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Stafford, and that is incomplete.
So far, the defensive game.
How about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Glover Quinn there on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And let's see if we can slow down his defense.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Let's see if we can tire them out. I'm gonna run the ball here.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
All right, I'm gonna go play action right here.
Now Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Chicago first down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
All right, let's try this again. Slant.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
All right.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's try a run play.
Running with Howard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
We're in red zone territory here.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, play action again. Flip it here.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel.
Got him.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are in for 6. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. Parkey with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Now it's Stafford. Looking sideline, incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. He hits Riddick underneath. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Stafford. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Wow, he huddled the line.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe
slowing down, working his defense.
That'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
We're going to have to tempo
it's really
here.
come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's 2 guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
We're just going to run the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Okay. Slowing down this defense a little bit.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get things started up in Lambeau. Miami making the trip north to take on Green Bay. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. Devontae Adams, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Mohamed Sanu, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Andy Dalton with 2 touchdown passes there. Meanwhile, in our game, just the lone touchdown accounting for all the scoring. A tight one, 7-0 is the score. And for the call of the second half, we send it back to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
Honestly, I didn't realize I was in a 2-minute warning. I should have used my timeout, but it is what it is, man.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. To return, here's Agnew. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
There's the blitz.
Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Ridden. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
It's a long throw down. What is it, 3rd and 9?
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
Oh, wow, he caught it.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Got it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
All right, let's see if we could stop him here.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
To throw on 3rd down. Stafford out to the flat for Ritter. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Here's Sam Martin now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is taken at about the 14. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
All right.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
We're taking some time off the game clock here. I like to audible more times than not.
Again, it's Howard. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
All right, we should be able to pick up 2 yards here.
You see it? You see it? Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
They run with Howard. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
All right, I'm going to go for it.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th
No
and a
respect
yard.
on this defense right here. On audible out. There we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that you're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpires. To throw on second down is Stafford.
Got it.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Leonard Floyd in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
All right.
Throwing is Stafford. This is Riddick on the screen. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
All right, that's what he's going to do.
So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try.
Oh, he's going for it.
Officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense
just like Detroit.
There. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
All right, we have Jordan Howard over 100 yards. Let's see if we can get him a TD here.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
This is why I don't like using the hike a lot. They do false starts.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Remember at the outset you talked about the key being keeping him under 100 yards. Well, he's over 100 now. We're in the 3rd quarter.
So that has happened, right? So that goal's gone. Can they bottle him up the rest of the way? They'll need to do so if they want to try and win this one.
Gonna keep winning the ball.
Hey, gotta go.
They go with Howard again.
Gonna break it.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Yeah, we're slowing this
They're
defense.
trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays. Have them on the move on 1st down.
Gonna keep running the ball.
Tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's
This
had his
time they
way
caught
in
him.
this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
It happens. All right, here we go. Go slant.
There you go. We got. You see it? You see it? Behind.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Caught out left side by Robinson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one goes for 24 yards.
Now let's see. 3 plays should get him the touchdown right here. Slow down that defense here.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
There it goes. Broke it.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And they'll run it here. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves.
There you go. I'm giving Howard the touchdown right here, boys.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game.
Defense is tired.
That front 7 reacting to the football.
Defense is tired, boys.
In boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Benny Cunningham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Okay, that wasn't meant for Benny Cunningham, but since I can't see it, if I knew that was Benny Cunningham, I probably would have
now
got
Parkey for the extra point.
A pass play.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
That was my fault. I was paying attention to the little highlight thing. All right.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. To return, here's Agnew. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
All right.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Pass incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Damn, thought we had a sack.
Starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
The
This
control
offense in desperate
was
need
hella
of a conversion
vibrating.
as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
Marvin Jones.
We always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did. Stafford
now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. His throw incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
He's gonna pass it.
They'll run it now.
Oh, he's running.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Stafford.
Goes deep.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
You see it?
And they'll go with a ground attack here. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bears on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7.
Okay. I'm going to go real deep for Allen Robinson right here.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky.
Damn it.
He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20.
Yeah,
we're gonna
punt the ball.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, standing right on his own 5-yard line.
All right, let's punt the ball. Let's play safe here.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's still a close game, but 13-zip. We're only up by 13.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Wilson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Looking left sideline, incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Stafford again. And his throw here's incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Stafford. Muscles by at the 25. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
Nice.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down.
Let's see if we
like
can hold the
saw there,
shutouts.
Magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
At least hold him to a field goal.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. With a carry. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They've been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
All right.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford.
Oh!
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
All right, they might kick the field goal.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Oh, no field goal.
They're going to run it with a duel. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down
that
there,
action
need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him,
Hurts.
got a couple more downs to play with.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
This defense is tight.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Oh, incomplete.
Oh, my
Nearly
God.
the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
That's bad passing on my part.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Yards on the punt there. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
To throw on 3rd down. Stafford fighting, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
That defense swarmed.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Stafford on 1st down. And Jones has it over the middle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Where was this earlier, Detroit?
If I'm wrong, yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
All right, watch Holiday or Jones here.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Stafford looks to throw again. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
No. Okay.
Defense.
Wasn't called that time, and now it's called.
So
Okay.
they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Stafford. That he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Jonathan Bullard in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
All right. See if we can hold them here. Preserve our shutout.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
He's going to do that short thumb pass.
They get it to him running left. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll
Why?
wind up losing a yard
Would you
or
run the
two.
ball?
The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
They should go for the kill with the
He's
run
still
here.
rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
All right, we're at the 2-minute warning.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And they'll go on the ground. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
All right, they're taking their timeouts.
So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. On 3rd down, this is Howard. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
Okay.
All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on for the 5th time here today.
All right, let's punt this ball.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Lions will take over. On first down at Stafford. He finds Riddick complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Theo Riddick there. And now it's 3rd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough
Yeah,
legs.
only got one timeout left, so.
Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. From the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th
Here we go,
down.
4th and
No
inches.
reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, this game should be put away here.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
All right.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
All right. This game's just about over. If you guys did like this content, feel free to subscribe, hit the like button, por favor. Share my video. Follow me on Twitter, on Instagram. Send me a friend request on Facebook. You can look me up. Just type in Sightless Player on Facebook if you want to. And this ball game is over, my friends. Hope you guys enjoyed.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
The clock doesn't matter.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was... you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for the Bears, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Alright guys, this is going to end the stream here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time, my friends. Turn on your notifications and all that good stuff. Later, my friends.